Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new and special series. This is something I've been wanting to do for a little while, and I've been feeling like getting back into Let's Plays. I decided to just kind of make the jump and go ahead and do it. So, this is episode one of I don't know how many, probably a whole bunch, of Enigmatica 6 Let's Play. I've been playing this a little bit on my streams over at twitch.tv/oitsjustjose, and I finally decided to just dedicate myself to a Let's Play for this because I don't have enough time to play it on stream. On stream, we've been playing a lot of Forge Craft and Forge Serve, mostly Forge Serve. I hopped on Forge Craft, I think, maybe once. Hoping to get into this pack really nicely because I've had a great experience with it on stream so far, so let's dive in. So as mentioned, Stream World already exists, but let's go ahead and get a new world created. So if you don't know, Enigmatica 6 is a how do I describe it? It is a kitchen sink pack, but it has quest-driven content, and it's pretty fluid. It's a pretty chill pack that doesn't have a lot of things that block your way or anything. So I'm going to get started with this. We're going to go into more world options. We already have Terraforged. Let's customize it just to see what our seed's going to look like. I do not like this seed. Let's load, and then go to the next page. Let's create a new seed. I don't really care what the biomes are. I just like sort of the shapes. I like this one. Let's go with this one. So we hit done, and then we have a seed. So I'm going to hit done there, and just in case we need them, I don't think we will, I will have cheats on. Sometimes things get a little glitchy in modded Minecraft, especially in Minecraft 1.16. So better safe than sorry. I figured this would be the best way to maintain the survival experience, but if something breaks, we can fix it with cheats pretty easily. I'm not going to preview. That allows you to do world pre-generation, and I'm not going to do that. I don't really feel a need for that, really, and it takes a lot of time, so I would have needed to start with this recording probably 3 hours ago in order for this to get done in a reasonable amount of time. So let's just dive in. I don't really see any reason to wait. Alright, so we're loading up the world finally. It looks like everything is getting pretty close to done. So I do want to note, I wanted to just kind of make a comment here really quickly. These videos are not going to be as well polished and refined as my videos used to be. I used to have a lot of time to edit those and like maybe spend 6 or 7 hours recording and then another 6 or 7 hours editing. I just don't have time like that anymore working a full-time job, so these I'm just kind of closely cutting pretty close to where I need them to be as I record, and then in the end I'm going to stitch these together and make them a video. So I do apologize that they're not going to be super interesting, but I do have a little better control. I don't have to use a shortcut key. I can actually use a physical button on my desk to start and stop recording. So that makes it a lot easier to hop in and out. If something immediate happens, all I have to do is, just pause the game real quick, hit record, and continue. If I'm cutting between crafting recipes that may be taking a while, I may not go through each and every one, but I can go through a bunch of them all together, or I can cut in and out kind of with this record button. And that's just going to make my life a lot easier. I can just drag all these video clips into Final Cut, export them all together. So, we have started, and we end up with a lot of these. These, I believe, are advancements. Yes, it does look like these are advancements. Cool, cool. And we have a couple of things of note. So we do have FTB Ultimine. I have mine bound to tab because my keyboard doesn't have a tilde key at the top layer. And then we have a quest book. So the quest book has a little welcome, and with this we get sort of an introduction to Enigmatica 6, and if we hit this little thing, we'll get Farmer's Delight food. In this case, we didn't get... It's called a Farmer's Delight. It's not all Farmer's Delight food, but we got sushi, which is not from Farmer's Delight. Modded for Dummies, I'm not going to go with this task because I know modded very nicely. However, if I had myself a book, I could get an Akashic Tome full of everything we needed. This is just explaining that we can explore Enigmatica. There's a lot of stuff in the quest line. The chapters are a great place to get started if you're new to modded, or if you just need something to go with, a new motivation to move forward into, which I'm going to be using it for that. I would like to complete every single quest in this mod pack. They have a couple of different chapters here listed. It looks like I can't read them all for some reason, but interesting. Anyways, accept, and I'll take some XP, so that's 7 levels. Learning mods chapters are designed to help you get started with a mod, explaining basically how the mods are laid out. And challenges. There are challenge quests, which are, surprisingly, not really, a challenge for the more seasoned modded players. They're still kind of work in progress. This is mod pack version 0.5 after all. But when that is all said and done, I think this pack is already still looking really great as is. So, looking through this little quest book, which we don't physically need the quest book, we can just go up here and click on quests. It looks like the quest list for this is getting started. We have adventure, which has a lot of just freebie tasks. So this is for Wither Blues, things that are worth like remembering for later. But this is also just a bunch of XP. Compass. I'd love some more food if I could get it, but let's see. If not, then I'll probably hold off. Okay. Lost trinkets are also a part of this pack, so if you hit L for me, you can add a trinket if you had any to add. I do not, but this world seed is already looking pretty good. I see some bees out in the distance, and let's go ahead and cut down a tree. Again, FTB Ultimine is installed, so I'm hitting tab, and that's going to cut down the tree, and then, oh, we apparently get cherries. That is nice. That will be very helpful. I'm already hearing some mean mobs. I like that. Yeah, let's just do the de facto Minecrafting. Do pickaxe, and I, for some reason, always like to make an axe as well. And we'll toss that food in our offhand. I'm wanting to see what's over here in this little bluegill. That immediately got me an amulet. What the heck? Okay, well, let's see what that was. You can use the Ender Pearl infinitely. Yeah, these are pretty overpowered, but in a fun sense, like, you tend to have to work pretty hard for them. So these loot chests are from Looter. It basically makes it so that if you were on a server, if I opened up this chest and took everything out of it, and then someone came after me, their chest would have completely different items unique to them. This is like an ender chest, but for me. If I start to break this, I believe there's a notice that it gives you about doing that. Yep, it says you probably shouldn't, and if you do, then sneak while breaking. I don't need to. I don't imagine that that's something I'm going to really need, but still. So this has Unbreaking 4 because we have Apotheosis installed. So we do have the capability of getting some pretty crazy enchants, but that was some free armor, so I will take it. The Tobiko is part of Sushi Go Crafting. I'm not super interested in getting into that, so I'm probably just going to throw that back into the ocean. Anyways, so, you know, standard Minecraft start. There's nothing too special about this. Early game is very vanilla. There's no, like, progression that's been drastically changed. It's not a hardcore pack. It's nothing like literally anything with Geolysis. It's just your standard kitchen sink pack. But this one, like I said, does at least have quests, which makes a pretty big difference as far as making this one unique upon all the other ones that are around. We'll take some avocado. I think I have to cut this. Heck. So yeah, oh, this is actually possibly a really good start. These astral shrines always have stuff in them. I try to be as cheap and lazy as possible, so obviously I need a better pickaxe, but I don't care, because, you know, I can just break this and get whatever's inside. I don't really need the marble back. So, let's see, we got an ender pearl. A diamond. That was very quick. There is that Tinker Slime Island over there. We may decide to go Tinkers. I haven't done Tinkers in a little while, even on a Let's Play series or on a stream. I've been kind of tired of Tinkers. Aha, iron. This is what I was hoping to find. But I'm probably going to go with Tinkers this time around. Let's go ahead and make all these torches. That's totally fine with me. And we'll make ourselves an iron pick. Now, you notice the iron texture is a little odd. There's something very cool about this that I need to tell you. There's a mod installed in the Enigmatica 6 mod pack that's specifically made for the Enigmatica 6 mod pack. It's called Emendatus Enigmatica. So, Emendatus Enigmatica. Here's the name of the mod. This mod unifies everything in the mod pack. Well, kind of. You have to go through and turn everything off, and you have to tell another mod that this is the preferred. But this adds like a unified set. It also adds one ore for every single type of stone. You only see the vanilla stone variant, but there's one for marble. There's one for quark variant. There's one for diorite, andesite, granite. There's one for limestone. You know, it's all over the place as far as like the wide variety of things it supports, and it's very cool. It's a very immersive way of mining. And you're probably thinking, gosh, that's going to be a whole lot of ores when you go mining, though. You're going to be having a bad time. But they made it so that they drop these little nuggets, or what are they called? Clusters, I think is what they called them as well. Or clumps, or here we go, chunk. It drops those, and so those act like an iron ore. It's essentially a lot like the geolysis mechanic that I implemented. And those act like the ore itself, and that makes it very useful to safely utilize them without having to fill up your inventory. We have resourceful bees, which I'll probably end up getting into. That's a good way to get infinite resources. And so for now, this being episode 1, I think my goal is to just explore, see what's around. Is this mineral? Okay, I'll take mineral. Mineral is very nice. And we do have options for tools and armor. We have some things here. It looks like possibly... Oh, this is actually a really good tip for searching things in JEI. I will probably forget that. We have mining gadgets. I probably will get into mining gadgets. That does sound like fun. Just taking a look. A lot of these are like free quests, but I don't want to just take a free quest unless it's going to be explicitly helpful. Like this one, for example, talking you through Tetra. I, for one, am growing further and further away from Tetra. I find it to be more of a nuisance than a neat mod. But that's just my opinion. So, running around, I'm trying to find an area that I would possibly want to even remotely exist nearby. I actually don't hate this area. I think it's a very cute space. It's very close to spawn. But there is a lot of exploration in this pack. A lot of things to go see, a lot of things to go do. So this may be a very good opportunity to kind of settle down with a couple of things, maybe get into Tinkers a bit. Maybe not, because we're already at Iron Tools anyway. We could just pass by Tinkers, or we could get into Tinkers later and just do Vanilla Tools now. Normally, I either go all Tinkers or no Tinkers, so we could do a cool hybrid of, like, you know, get started with Vanilla and then come full circle into Tinkers. Oh, actually, this is kind of a perfect place to call a home for a hot minute. This is, I believe, a Valhelsia structure. Yep. And they do have some loot. It's usually not in the barrels. I'm trying to remember. There is a blast furnace. Don't these have an upstairs? I thought these had an upstairs. Maybe that's what all the scaffolding was for. Here we go. So we did have a way up this whole time. I just missed it. Whoops. So yeah, looking around, usually these have something, but I'm not seeing anything in them. Oh well, it's a cute little unfinished home, and I can borrow some of this wool to make myself a bed. And I believe we also have comforts, so we could make a sleeping bag, which we probably will. Probably go and sleep now and then bring a bed. Make a bed and then, rather, not bring it, but set my spawn here. Just in case I need to ever return. Something terrible happens. Let's see, that puts us at amount of wool we need. Now we can set our spawn somewhere reasonably placed within this building. Right there, sounds good to me. And we can leave, because it does not look like there's anything good to keep around here. That's fine, you know, they don't have to be perfect. All right, so looking at our map, we probably have... We have another nether portal over here. I'm gonna go check that one out. The abandoned nether portals are pretty cool. I think so far I'm good with what I have food-wise. I would normally probably try to go with pork chops are the first food I could possibly find, but I think right now we're totally fine. Just a hoe with nature's mend and 4 obsidian. Well, I'll take the obsidian. So here's what I was talking about with the ores. This is tin ore within marble. And we have zinc and we have aluminum. Like we even have some iron. The iron I'm going to take. And when I break this, you see it drops these little nuggets, these chunks, if you will. And again, that's the part of this mod that I find funny to be kind of similar. But it's really just a very useful way of merging a whole bunch of world gen together. It really makes the strata look very good. So, we'll go ahead and grab this. Let's see, that puts us at 8. We might go back for that blast furnace that we had in the house we just looked in. Be part of a house. And I just mined all that out manually, and I just remember that we do, in fact, have vein miner. I just forget. Get these things. So let's head back over here real quick. I do want to see about the about blasting up this stuff real quick. We'll need to make some charcoal, but that's totally fine. Cute little oak posts. Starting to fill up on a little bit of excess, but oh my. Loot! Oh, very good loot even. End veil, wearing a helmet with this Enderman. Awesome. Okay, I'll take that. This was convenient. I didn't mean to come across this. I actually didn't know this was down here. I'll take it. Now I don't desperately need to smelt this iron, so I won't. So let's take that and these. Now we have a means to defend ourselves, at least. And I will probably steal this guy, just because they're super nice to have around. And there we go. I think we're ready for exploration. I am going to delete my quest book. I don't need it. It's not helpful to me, so why waste my space on that? Let's see how many of these berries we can get through. Okay, so let's go ahead and head on east, I guess, right? Yeah, east. Okay. Let's see what's in this direction. But so far, we're doing pretty good on equipment and things. I don't think I need these crystallized guys. We have some slightly worn armor, but it's not too terribly worn. And then we have decent tools already, and we haven't even mined stone yet, so we're doing good. Looks like there's a bear over there from Alex's mobs. Hard pass, hard pass. Well, I guess I'll keep on exploring and running around until I see something interesting, because I don't know what I expect to see. I still haven't been able to explore the full capacity of this mod pack, so I'm sure that there's still plenty of stuff to keep me surprised and impressed and completely baffled. Anyways, I'll be back in just a little bit. Ooh, some dark oak. I guess I'll take that. Yeah, let's take out the leaves too, see if I can get enough saplings to regrow. Yeah, okay. Very nice. That was a worthwhile find. So I thought I saw something up here. Maybe. No, I think it was that. Something else possibly over here? Kind of confusing. These little white leaves look a lot like cobblestone when you glance. Nope. Okay, it looks like it's just a nice little pretty biome. Let's check the mini-map, make sure we didn't miss anything so far. It looks like it really is just a bunch of this kind of weird jungle. Alright, well, continuing exploring. Okay, now there's something of interest. The Tower of the Wild. These have waystones on top of them, as well as a loot chest, but waystones. Nice. And it overlooks the area just like in Breath of the Wild, which is why they're called Towers of the Wild, and that is also useful. Let's see, we do have some copper here. I may pass for now, but these resources are not terribly difficult to find, by the way. So don't feel like, oh, I passed this up, so I'll never see it again. It's very easy to get more of these. My tactic for going up these is just to do this. They're kind of a pain to traverse correctly. You end up falling a lot. I've watched enough YouTubers try to get up these without breaking anything, and I don't really think that you can. I think the vine design that they went for really kind of takes away from the actual functionality, because you cannot climb these like you would think you could. Anyways, waystone. I could just keep it up here. Ooh! Umbrella artifact. That is very useful, actually. So, let's clean up a couple of things into this loose chest. I was going to say inside of, but no, I meant into it. End veil is honestly not something I absolutely need. It's not the end of the world. I really want this. So this acts as a glider for slow falling. This could not have been a better item to get from atop of this giant thing. I hate whatever is going on here. I mean, I kind of get it, but I hate how it looks. I can't stand that. So I guess we're just going to keep on going over here, huh? Anything else inside this that I would want? An empty map? Nope. I don't really think I need an empty map. Mineral logs, not huge. Those. Alright, leap of faith. Yeah, it doubles as a shield, which is really cool. So in that sense, I think I'm probably going to keep it in my offhand. That way I can always glide, and I can use it as a shield anytime I need. I don't know if these have durability or not. I guess we'll find that out as we go, right? But, you know, the ability to glide across this lake halfway, or river, rather, super nice. Okay, looks like I found myself a little village. I always love seeing these. Let's see what we can find in here. Bed and a loot chest with some good looking stuff inside. That was a surprise. Not a pleasant one. Looks like this is an infinite shield. That's pretty crazy. Like, it does not take durability at all. Which is what I was wondering when I got it. Fascinating. Okay, that's a little bit crazy, but fine with me, I suppose. So, yeah, I suppose I'll just keep on looking through these loot chests to see what I can see. A lot of the stuff that I'm leaving behind is stuff that I know I'm just not going to use. So these, for example, from Arv Tools Dimensions, just not something I really ever use that often. Raspberries, I think, good on the extra inventory clutter. Okay, well, it looks like this was kind of a small and disappointing village. Oh, actually, no, it does keep going. My bad. My bad. What's this? I've never seen one of these before. Well, it looks pretty cool, I guess. Anyways, that's everything, right? Like, it does look like there's a big rift over here. Maybe we should go take a look. I said rift. What I meant was, like, slide. Wow. This is pretty cool terrain right here. Well, there's a lot of iron over here, so I guess I'll be vein mining this. In the meantime, I'm kind of a big fan of this space. It's a very cool space. I might be interested in living over here. I love the, aspen? Yeah, aspen. I love this little hill here. Let's see what's over here. Maybe there's something particularly cool. If not, then I'll cut and we'll come back, but it's the big mountain area, this whole slope-in area. Looks like Deep Slate has even been incorporated into strata. That's super neat. Does that mean there's deep slate iron? Probably. What I meant by that is a deep slate variant for every block, but still. Wow. That both looks terrible and also insanely cool at the same time, because the gabbro does not become a mountain all that well. But this is the most terraformian thing I think I've ever seen. There's so many resources over here. No idea what this is. That kind of scares me. Oh, it looks like there's one of these guys over here. This is a lodestone. Oh, and another village. Okay, good. Well, looks like recording has been very, very good to do today. So yeah, looks like over here we have a lodestone, but the lodestone has a spawner underneath. The spawner has a chest underneath. In other words, we just got 3 things, and we didn't have to do anything for any of it. It's kind of whack. I usually don't keep those enabled in mod packs that I create, just because they're crazy overpowered ways of just running around on the surface and grabbing whatever you see. But they're fun. They're cool. I can understand why they're still a part of this pack. Again, the whole kitchen sink aesthetic and playstyle is perfect for this pack. So, I'm definitely thinking about living in that valley we were just in. There was a lot of good stuff over there, and I think, honestly, that was pretty perfect. There's another Tower of the Wild over there. Let's go ahead and plant that blueberry. I do not need that one blueberry. Anything good? Looks like some stuff over here, maybe. There's a waystone over there. That's always good to see. Sir, this is a computer house. What do you have? Oh, a computer tool. Knock, knock. I think this... Oh, I have never seen one of these before. This is the, Sawmill. Wait, what did you sell? It's pretty cool. Let's see. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some bread, and then consolidate that bread with this bread. Cool. Looks like maybe an immersive building here as well. Chocolate Island? Is that an Etho reference? My thoughts are yeah, but who knows? Anyways, this is looking like a very cool place to just chill, get some stuff. Again, we also have these guys. These guys do item storage, which is very nice. So we can take everything we have, toss it in one of these, and then just pick it up. And now it comes with us wherever we go. These are also treated planks, so we can make more out of these. Takes 8 to make one. Sorry if you really wanted this. Alright, that's that. So, I believe there's one more little area, maybe somewhere around here that I wanted to check. No? No? Okay. All right, well, let's head back to that little area I found earlier, right after I check this, and then when I get back over there, we'll start to set up something very basic. All right, so I was almost back, and I saw a couple of things. First of all, this is that mountain with that uh, Tower of the Wild. I've been gathering coal and some side resources, and I did notice, in fact, that the Quark Deep Slate does have its own variant. Super cool that this stuff all works together as well as it does. I can't get over how nicely this all molds together. I've tried to use it on my own, and I've had a couple of issues with just the mass amount of resources it adds versus how few resources I seem to ever have. But that's just a fault of my own for trying to use something that's not designed for the correct purpose. Anyways, I was trying to head over here to this tower, like I had mentioned. Curious to see what we get this time. Oh yeah, I guess we can do that, right? As we eat more food, we'll get more hearts. I forgot about that. Anyways, let's... I had just activated the waystone over in the village, so I probably don't need this one. I will probably take this one for myself. Lightning arrows. Oh my, okay. So, a good item. Takeoff launches the caster into the air and grants a temporary elytra flight. That sounds deadly. Interesting. That was very frightening. Oh, I see what it means. So glide is the name of the effect. That's cool. Alright, well, it looks like there are... Oh, ooh, that is super slow. Looks like there are some emeralds over here. And looks like there's some other cool stuff to try to snag free things from. I'm always down for... Wow, okay, that's a lot of free things. Reactive. What is reactive? Has a chance to cast the inscribed spell. Okay, that seems like a pretty thorough Ars Nouveau type thing. And then there's another one here. Bit of server lag, even though I'm on single player. There's an integrated server. Holy, this is so much stuff. I don't know. A lot of iron. I said to say, I think we're going to be totally good on iron. I think we should probably be good to make a full armor set here very soon. But I can't help but take a look at free loot. I mean, do you blame me? Look at the stuff we just got. So we have a glowy bee over there. Okay, it looks like this may also be the last one, possibly. More diamonds. Insane. Absolutely incredible. Alright, so like I said, looks like we have free elytra flight. I'm sure that there is probably velocity. So I would caution you, if you decide to play with that, to not die from velocity calculations that you may or may not make. But take some free resources. Ooh, Fire Gauntlet causes there's melee damage to cause fire damage. Teleportation, life mending shovel or sword, and a reach chest plate. Well, chest plate is the only piece we don't have still, so may as well, right? So I see what they meant by this. That is very nice. This is a very nice thing to have early game. However, again, I must stress that velocity is probably a thing. Yep, it is. So just be very careful. But this will be very good for exploration. That was a pretty OP item to grab right off the bat. I'm also particularly good with Electroflight, so that means that this is very, very overpowered. Anyways, let's put this down and call it home. Because this is where I want to live. This is a very beautiful area. I love the trees. I love the terrain. There's a whole lot of good stuff here. Very promising and very easy place to pick as my home just because of how perfect it is. It's just so very bright and green and just lovely. So let's take care of some of the stuff we have. We have quite a lot of things, so let's try to consolidate what we can. And I can also sort some of this stuff, which will make this a lot easier, just because, you know, we can probably keep all of the valuable things all in one place, all the lesser valuable things in its own separate container, and sort of move from there. So I would definitely say I'm going to go and put that down and that down. We should be pretty close to having everything we need to create a furnace. I would imagine we just need some sort of stone, but I haven't even had to gather stone yet, just because of how crazy good the loot has been to us this whole time. I have a sawmill. These sawmills can only be placed on their sides. They cannot be placed flush, so may as well just put it there. I have a bunch of things that I'm just going to turn into sticks. I think that's probably the easiest move. We have an enchanting table. I could get into some early enchanting, I guess. I don't see a harm in it necessarily. We have some coal coke, also very useful. Wither skeleton skull, these things, great. Aluminum rod, not so useful. So now we have a bunch of like tool item type things, things that are like, you know, they're kind of special. And then we have, I'm just gonna make a little area for blocks, and this will be pretty much everything else. The organics, the crafting materials, the miscellanies, you know. So we do need some crafting stones, and normally I'd hold off to build my first house on the first episode, but we have the ability to make so many great tools that we may as well. So why don't we make another pick real quick? Maybe two more even. And let's find a mountainside that has a stone type that we like, and let's just vein mine it. Of course, we want to be wise about this. We don't want to just pick any of them, like we want to pick a good one. There we go. That's super useful. Well, you know what? We should waypoint this as... Come on. Homish. That's fine. So let's see. I am a very big fan of the limestone from Create, so we could probably go with that. Honestly, like that's more than likely the best material I could go for. It does change on a level by level basis, as you can see, so since it's the outer level, we might have to just carve away at this a little bit. We've got some zinc. We'll need that to get into Create, which is a very good mod. I think we're good. I'm gonna call it there. It doesn't look too terrible, all things considered. Yeah, that really doesn't look like the worst terrain damage I've ever seen. So where did we put our waystone down? Ah, right over here. Perfect. Let's, I'm gonna take this and make a new waypoint called home. I actually really like this color. And then let's go to the waypoint manager real quick. Go to this and delete home-ish. Now, I believe... No, I don't have any wool anymore. Okay, well, we'll just have to make do with our sleeping bag whenever it becomes time to sleep. And then we can get started with a very simple house.